Chance Thomas, Swenson Red Corner. From Factory X Muay Thai in Inglewood, Colorado, please make welcome Grace, the Thai Captain. And now, fighting out of the last top 10 in the corner. From the 303 Training Center in Westminster, Colorado, please make welcome Cassie, Self-Made Robb. Professional 105-pound battle scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Referee is Curtis Thatcher.
A women's 105-pound professional MMA fight brings us Grace Cleveland wearing the turquoise trunks and the pink anklets. She is facing off against Cassie Robb, who's wearing the starter flag style red gear. Cleveland represents Factory X and 303 Training Center represented by Robb. As this is a professional fight, it is 3 5-minute rounds, and when your opponent is standing, you're allowed to knee to the head. When you're on the ground, you can use the point of the elbow for striking. And it's Robb that gets head control, looks to initiate the takedown, but Cleveland controlling the position, climbing for back control here, looking to set in that rear naked choke as Cleveland does not have the right hand in play. As far as closing off the choke, using that for striking, that's going to get Robb to lift up her chin a little bit. Robb trying to shake her over the top because Cleveland's just a tiny bit high. And Cleveland adjusts the choke, swims through from the other side. Looking to crank on a back and forth between striking and choking. Goes Cleveland. Robb trying to be able to turn to face her opponent here, but good control by Cleveland. Cleveland with her right hook not in play because the cage is in the way. So that's works well for Robb. However, if Robb turns in to face her opponent, typically what you want to do on a choke defense, she's going to end up being mounted. So definitely a tough position for Robb here and great options as far as Cleveland is concerned. One more time, Robb going to try to bounce Cleveland off the top. Cleveland not able to get that hook in, and it was a beautiful clearing of the hook shown there by Robb. And there's that knee to the head that we talked about being shown by Cleveland. Cleveland looking for the takedown now. Good job with the head control. Did not give up on that takedown too early. So Robb off of her back, coming out of the 303 Training Center. A lot of high-level jiu-jitsu practitioners in that gym. She's definitely going to show the ground game she's been working on during camp, looking to try to set up an armbar here. And Cleveland going to step over, get herself out of trouble, and up inside control. See if Cleveland's able to bring that left foot over. Robb continues to try to crank, but she only has one hand in play on the armbar now. Cleveland reached back, looking like she was getting ready to start doing some striking. And one more time, Cleveland going to go for that head toss takedown if she can wrap that left arm around. Robb, good job getting her feet splayed. Nice base, keeping her balance there. And a big knee comes up for Cleveland, and she puts on a spurt of energy going with the strikes. Robb has put forth a lot of energy and looking like she's maybe a little worn already here. But trying to set up the arm bars, Robb. Cleveland shows off her strength, goes for one, then two slams. And Robb committed to this arm bar, but Cleveland able to put her escape plans into effect. Footlock position here. Off of her back, by Robb. Cleveland going to try to step around, see if she can get that right knee under her. She did not. And now Cleveland looking to set up the knee bar. Corner of Cleveland saying she's got the heel hook right there in front of her. But it's Robb that's going to attack the heel of Cleveland. And Cleveland wins the scramble. Robb still, however, has the ankle wrapped up, though. Cleveland in a good position from the top striking. That's the problem with the ankle locks off your back, is sometimes it leaves you open to striking. But Robb doing a good job trying to get her submission game into play here. Cleveland looks for the step pass and able to get it, settling into side control now as Cleveland goes for a couple of shoulder bumps, see if she tries to improve her position. Knee on elbow now, looking to set up the armbar is Cleveland. Good position here for Cleveland. See if she can clasp her hands together and strain that arm, but Robb had her defense in play nicely. And Cleveland goes for a kick to the chest, pushes Robb off backward, and one more time, Cleveland having the dominant position here by way of standing and throwing some kicks down to her opponent. 5-minute rounds here in the pro division. This is the pro debut for Grace Cleveland, and she's making a good one of it so far here in round number 1, as almost everything has been favoring the Factory X fighter. Good job by Cleveland, using her strikes to set up a mount transition. Turning away from the strikes is Robb. Cleveland going to put together a flurry here. Warned to make sure she doesn't hit the back of the head. Robb, good flexibility, trying to get a foot into play, going to try to either escape backdoor or see if she can push Cleveland off. Cleveland, however, doing a good job keeping her shoulders forward, pressuring down. There's the 10-second clacker. Looked like Cleveland was going to try for an armbar. There it goes. Good job by Robb, and nice adjustment by Cleveland. We're going to round 2. Round number 2 started as soon as we get the cage door lock. Referee Curtis Thrasher, third in the cage, as we have Cleveland in the turquoise trunks facing off against Robb in the red. And Robb looking like she's taking some deep breaths. I think Cleveland senses it as she presses forward with hard strikes. Robb wanted to step through, get the takedown there. Cleveland with good footwork avoids 2 takedowns now, does Cleveland, and crossing elbows come through nicely for Cleveland. Robb able to get the trip, ends up on top. Half mount now for Robb, and she's immediately going to work with her striking. Cleveland wanted to try to circle out there, see if she could get the back, unable to do so, so it's full guard for Cleveland with Robb on top now. Robb doing a nice job keeping her hands free. Clipped Cleveland across the jaw with an elbow and then a left hand. Robb, hand pressure on the knee, trying to come across, wanted the pass. Cleveland trying to get her escape going. Head pressure for Robb as she tries to set up a pass on the right side of Cleveland. Cleveland, however, able to get her feet into play, pushes off Robb, and Cleveland comes up with good energy, throwing hard. Robb eats a hard right hand there. Robb staggered a little bit. Cleveland senses the blood in the water, continues to pressure forward. No quitting Robb as she continues to put the pressure back, answering Cleveland, but Cleveland starting to pull away here in round 2 with the striking. Factory X fighter putting it on display as Robb has her back against the cage. Robb going more into defensive mode now. Robb, however, seems clear-eyed. She's seeing the things are coming. She's trying to get her defense in place, looking to set up a takedown or a tie clinch there was Robb, but Cleveland with the pressure bounces around with her footwork. And one more time, Robb able to put it on the mat. Nice job by the 303 fighter, keeping herself in this fight as she had been on the receiving end of a hard and prolonged flurry from Cleveland. Referee Curtis Thrasher tells the fighters they need to stay busy. Robb unable to get her head free and posture up. Now Cleveland let it go. Robb going to try to position herself here to be in a better spot, but Cleveland continues to scramble. Robb looking for mount here, going to try to trap the arm. Cleveland immediately steps over, trying to get herself out of it. Cleveland with a pained look on her face. Robb stretching this out here. Cleveland going to step over, trying to bring that left leg over the top. Robb doing a nice job of trapping that leg as well as starting to crank on the arm. Good work by both fighters here on the ground. At least momentarily, Cleveland out of danger of the armbar. Now she gets the leg free, and that's going to allow her to come into side control. Good job by the Factory X fighter. Ends up on top. Reversed her fortunes there as Robb had her best chance trying to lock out that armbar there. Robb, feet on the cage, working her defense. Good job by the 303 fighter. Able to turn in. Let's see if she can get a good solid push off the fence here. And good job by Robb, threading her legs through. Looking to set up the armbar is Robb. Really nice work off the cage there by the 303 fighter, Cassie Robb. Now off of her back. Let's see if she can get that right leg in the position that she wants. Cleveland, of course, aware of it, going to try to circle to her right a little bit. Robb keeping herself in this fight nicely. Cleveland working to stack her opponent now. Let's see if she's able to roll her through. And she does, able to get the roll. Shucks the legs to the side, does Cleveland. Cleveland in her last few fights been very dominant, able to end the fight quickly. She's in a battle with Robb this time in the cage. Looking to set up the topside triangle is Cleveland. Now it's switching off to the armbar. Good job by Cleveland, chaining her submissions and her striking together, making the opponent have to defend one or the other, knowing something's going to come no matter what it is that you do. Now looking to switch off the armbar to the other side is Cleveland, and also threatening with the topside triangle. Going to set up the armbar here is Cleveland. Robb saw it coming, looking to turn in. Cleveland, however, able to turn down. 10-second clacker sounded. Looks like Robb has her defense in place. We are getting treated to a round 3. And round 3, and I'll say Robb looks like she has more energy coming out for the third than she did for the second. Good job recovering between rounds by the 303 fighter. Cleveland comes out looking like she's fairly fresh as well. I'd have to say this is probably the toughest fight that I've seen either one of these fighters in, and they're both looking good, answering that adversity, something that neither of them has seen that much of in their career, at least not at this level. So showing that they're putting in their time in the gym, their training partners are pushing them, and they know what it means to be in a battle. Cleveland, good job keeping her hands busy, but didn't quite have the range that she wanted on the first couple of punches there. Robb steps in, wanted head control, wanted that step through hip takedown, but Cleveland able to evade, comes off the cage punching, does Cleveland. Corner of Robb saying come back to the center of the cage, and she does circle her back off the cage. Again, Cleveland able to evade the takedown. Good job working her head, just letting it drop down and having the arm of Robb slide over the top. And a big right hand just misses for Cleveland, but she gets in a good body shot as they separate. Corner of Cleveland saying pressure forward, but it's Robb that gets the tie clinch, lands a knee. Cleveland one more time gets herself out of trouble of the takedown. And looked like Cleveland thought about faking the low kick and trying to go high. Robb continues to want the tie up here, see if she can initiate that takedown. Worked well for her in the second round. Good knee up the middle lands for Robb. Cleveland takes it well, answers back with hands. Cleveland staying very busy here in the third. Robb continues to try to initiate that clinch, but Cleveland, anytime there's distance between the two, she's working her hands. And Robb now with her back up against the cage. Cleveland using her footwork to try to pressure in. Looks like she's going to step in and go for the knee. Both of them able to land solidly. Robb not using her footwork to try to get off the cage right now, waiting for Cleveland to shift, and then Robb's throwing knees up the middle. And Robb looking to set in the standing guillotine here. Corner of Cleveland shouting out their defensive instructions, wanted to look up to the ceiling. 2-on-1 wrist control for Cleveland, able to pop her head free, and back across the cage they go. Good job with the whizzer by Cleveland. Able to pull Robb through, and it's Robb that ends up on her back. Factory X fighter Grace Cleveland has turned the tide several times on takedown attempts. It had been Robb that initiated, but Cleveland aware of the fall and able to control position on the way to, and once it did hit the mat. Over in the corner of Robb, Cleveland looking to posture up here, see if she can get some distance, affect some striking. Robb, no quitting her, continues to try to work the guard, wants to bring that left foot in, see if she can elevate with a butterfly or just flat out push Cleveland away, create some space, allow her to scramble back to her feet. Been a very fast-paced fight. This is really the first time we've seen much of a slow in the action at all. And even as I say that, Robb trying to throw up a leg for an armbar attempt. Cleveland saw it coming, and back to standing action we go. Corners of both fighters trying to give them some energy here. Cleveland, nice job with the inside kick. Robb able to answer her with hands. Have to be getting close to the end of the round here. Corner of Cleveland gesturing. They want her to pressure forward. 10-second clack are about to sound. And I think to the delight of the fans, they're going to stand and go toe-to-toe here to end this round. Good job by both these fighters. Each of them landing well here. There's the bell. We'll take it to the judges.
After 3 rounds, we got the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Grace, the top. John in the cage with Grace. Pro debut, how do you grade yourself? You got the victory, obviously. And you saw just about everything you could see in that fight as well, huh?
Definitely. This is being able to do everything all around it and around.
Certainly, you obviously impressed the judges, you impressed the crowd as well. What's up next for you? You got your pro debut under you.
Just keep training, recuperating.
Some people you want to thank?
Yeah, thank my team, my friends, my coaches, my friends that support me, my sponsors, nutrition, wellness makewear, and robust food.
Congratulations on the victory. Get up for you.